All right, there we go. All right, let me switch this. All right, guys, this is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy, and welcome to the Real Estate Boys Investor Academy. So, here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be teaching people how to invest in real estate. All right. Um, I know there's gurus that make you pay thousands and thousands of dollars for this information, but we're not doing that. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm giving all this information out for free. So, who am I? Again, I'm Khalid Nathan Aleem, real estate boy. I'm a licensed real estate advisor or a real estate agent. I've been an agent since 2017, and I just want to help my people. I want to help my people invest in real estate because it really is a game changer. It's really a game changer. Most of people's wealth is caught up in real estate. Most of people's wealth is caught up in real estate. But the thing about buying a home and investing is that you can make a lot of money. You can make a ton of money. You could also lose a ton of money also. So if you don't know what you're doing and you jump out there, they will smack you. They will smack you down. Okay. So I want to prevent that as much as I can. And also, I do have a lot of people that come to me that want to invest, but they don't know the beginner's steps. And this is what I want to give them. I want to give them the beginner step. Okay. So this is our third class. Um, hey, what happened to my class? Hold on. Looks like they didn't update my classes on. Let me give me 1 second. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you guys too much. No, looks like they didn't update my classes, and that's fine. Okay, so what I just want to talk about is number one is in chapter one what we talked about, and you can go through my videos and you can find this on my YouTube page where class chapter one and chapter two. In chapter one, we just wanted to get you focused to say, okay, am I looking? What type of investor do I want to be? Do I want to be the type of investor that buys and holds? Or am I looking to be the type of investor that's looking to flip? So we talked about that. We also talked about where the money is going to come from. Is the money going to come from cash? Is the money going to come from a loan? And if so, what does that loan look like? Is it something that I'm going to be moving in so then it can be owner occupied? Or is it going to be that I'm going to get a investor loan? So, or am I looking to get hard money? So we talked about that. So that was in class number one. In class number two, we talked about the location. Where are you going to invest in? Most people, you, the prudent thing is to start investing where you're at. But you may be, for example, in Orange County, California, which is county in California, a rich area in California. So it might not be feasible for you to get started there. But wherever you get started at, you really want to master that area. You want to know about that area. And before you can go on different websites, now you can really go on ChatGPT. You can go on ChatGPT and find out about the area's crime. You can find out about the demographics. You can find out about the South. You can find everything, all of this through artificial intelligence. Now, you want to verify the information, definitely, but you can find all this information if you go onto ChatGPT. Okay. So now we're into chapter three. Okay. So now where's the money? Where's this money that you're going to get? Because people say, oh, well, I'm broke. I don't have money. When I ask people about becoming an investor in real estate, that's the first thing they say is I don't have any money. Oh, people investing, you got to have a lot of money to invest. That's not the case. Okay. Most people aren't actually broke. If you look at a person's situation, most of the time they're not broke. Okay. Most people spend regularly on non essentials despite claiming that they're broke. If you look at a person's budget, most of the time they're spending their money on things they really don't need. And that's what's keeping them broke. Okay. Also, real estate investing isn't prioritized in their budget. So if you look at their budget, real estate investing is now prioritized. They're not putting any money towards real estate investing. What is that saying? You should. If you're looking to become a real estate investor, you should be putting some money away to invest in real estate. Okay. That should be one of your line items on your budget. If you don't have a budget, get one. If you need help with getting one, go to ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT and ask them, okay, how do I make a budget? Also, the true issue is savings discipline, not insufficient income. Okay, not insufficient. With most people, the problem is a savings discipline. They can't discipline themselves to save because they got to buy this, they got to buy that, they got to have the new drawers, they got to have this, that, and the third. Okay, so people aren't broke. The issue is that they have a savings discipline issue. Okay, so let's move on. Also, with real estate investing, you have to know your numbers. You have That's what it's about with real estate investing, which is different than if you bought a house as like your first time house. When you're going to buy a house that you live in, the first thing that you do is go see the property so you can get those warm and fuzzy feelings. Why? Because you're going to have to live there. You're going to have to live there. So you need to know, you need to get a feel for the property. When we're talking about investing, when we're talking about investing, you need to know the numbers. Going to see the property is the last thing you're going to do. Again, going to see the property is the last thing you're going to do. You need to know the numbers if you're going to be a real estate investor. So, what are the numbers? First of all, what's your total? You need to calculate your total investment. What's your total investment going to be? What's going to be your down payment? What's going to be your closing costs? What's going to be the rehab? Okay. So all that is going to equal your true target. Also, you're going to have um, market metrics, okay? Uh, Base calculations on median home values in your target area. So you have the average where you take the numbers and then you divide it by, you add up and then take it, and then you divide it by the numbers that you took it from. But then you have the median. The median is what's in the middle. Okay. So you may have a house that went for 100,000 and a house that went for 500,000. Okay. But then you may have something in the middle. That's the median. Okay. The median is what came in the middle. All right. So you want to know what's the median home price in that area. Okay. And most people never identified their specific numbers and delay indefinitely, meaning that they don't get started. What a lot of people do is they put off learning the numbers. They never identified their specific numbers. And they just keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And they never do anything. They never do anything. They never do any real estate investing because they don't look at the numbers. You got to look at the numbers. I know it's easy to let me get a feel for it, but you got to get good at the numbers. It's a must with real estate investing. Now, how to calculate your investment budget. That's probably going to be your next question. How do I calculate my investment budget? Okay. 20 to 25% of the home price of a conventional loan is going to be your down payment. That's going to be your down payment. I would probably go for 20 or 25. Okay. FHA is 3.5, but for FHA, it has to be an owner occupied. You have to be able to live in the property. So where would that take place at? If you're looking to buy a multifamily property, for example, a duplex or a triplex or a quadplex, and you're looking to live in one of them, then for the down payment, you can use 3.5 with FHA. But FHA is not for investing. Okay. Also, closing costs. So you have the down payment, but you also have closing costs also. Closing costs can be 2 to 5% of the home purchase price. Okay. And what's vital is your rehab cost. Estimate based on property condition and your investment strategy. Because what's your investment strategy? Are you just trying to get it to where it's livable, or are you trying to get high end finishes? Again, going back, everything's going to go back to your investment strategy. What is your investment strategy? So you need to know what your down payment is going to be. You also need to know what your closing costs are going to be, and you need to know what your rehab costs are going to be. That's probably one of the most important things is your rehab costs because you got to kind of gauge is this a good deal or it's not a good deal. Okay. Next, you want to find the ARV. The ARV is after repair values. How do you find that? If you're not a real estate agent and you don't have access to the MLS, you can use Zillow. Okay. Use Zillow to find the value averages. Now, you can use Zillow, you can use Redfin, you can use Realtor.com. You can use any of these platforms to go out there and find out, okay, this house that I'm looking to buy, if I fix it up, how much is it going to be? If you're looking to rent, then you'll find out what the rents are in that area. If you're looking to flip, then you're going to find out, okay, what are the prices that homes have sold in that area? So you can research Zillow. It says on here to download city data, but you can always go to ChatGPT. You can always go to ChatGPT and see, okay, what do they say that the price is? Now, here's the thing with Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, even ChatGPT. It is not an appraisal. I repeat, it is not an appraisal because none of those computer operated systems can go inside the house to see what the finishes are. What they're looking is the selling price of homes that look like that home. But where is it in the information that says, okay, this home has marble floor, but this one doesn't? It's going to take a human to make that call. Okay. So you want to apply the latest values, use the most recent month's average value for your calculation. So you want to use the freshest data possible. Okay. So, but you need to find out what the ARV is. You need to find out what the after repair value is. Okay because that's how much you're going to be looking to sell the property for if you're flipping. That's how much you're going to be looking to sell the property for. So if you buy the home at 100,000 and you know it's going to take you $100,000 for the rehab costs, then you're all in $200,000. Now, if you wanted to buy that home and let's just say that the price was $230,000, then you know it wouldn't make sense. You know it wouldn't make sense for you to buy that home. Now, if the price was $50,000, then you were like, okay, I might be able to do this. Okay. Uh, let's go to the next one. Define all income sources. Okay. Document all your monthly income streams, including side hustles. Calculate based on worst case monthly numbers. And accurate income knowledge reveals your true investment capacity. So you want to make sure that you're being accurate. You want to make sure that you're being accurate with the numbers. So you need to write all this down. You need to write where all your income is coming from. Okay. You also want to cut expenses with intentions, okay? What you want to do is make a comprehensive list of everything you spend money on in the last year or this year so you can start cutting some things out, okay? Identify which expenses can be eliminated, immediately reduced, or eliminated. Do you have a credit card out there that just has a balance that's just kind of floating and you can call and get that cut? You want to do that, okay? Remove subscriptions and luxury habits to drastically increase your savings rate. So if you do have some luxury habits, like you go down to the beach every week or something like that, you want to stop it so that you can save for this time. Okay, increase your income creativity. Okay, it says use weekends and evenings for additional income stream because you're trying to build as much money as you can. You're trying to build as much money as you can. It says, what would you do if you had to make uh, $10,000 quickly? Okay. And you want to make several different income sources or income streams. Okay. You could do that all day, every day, but you want to do that. So why? Why do you want to do that? So you can gain more money. So once you gain more money, then you'll be able to buy better homes per se. Also, you want to track your savings. Okay. You can use this formula: monthly income minus monthly expenses equals your saving rate. Okay. Um, Higher saving rates means faster path to property ownership. Okay. So if you save more, spend less, save more, you can go to your goal quickly. Okay. If you got to save up for the down payment. Okay. And constantly revisit and adjust based on your progress. All right. All right. So that's it. Not too much there. Are you ready for chapter 4? That was chapter 3. So we did chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 again. I want this to be small so you can kind of get through them. Okay. I want these to be small. I want them to be quick hitting. So you don't have to sit there all day and be thinking, well, this, I don't want to get on that call. It's going to be like an hour. No, no, we try to go 15 minutes, an hour. Okay. So again, you just want to make sure that you get all this information down and you write this stuff down because you want to find out where the money is that you can access to become a real estate investor. So if you are looking to invest, you can always contact me. Followkhalid.com. Again, www.followkhalid.com. This is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, I got you. All right, guys. All right, guys, take care.